first piece you're going to see is The Life of Chester, and our performer is Tim Brandt.
So here we are, the last set of the night. I'd like to thank those of you who stuck it out to the end. All 1, 2, 3 of you. Having a great audience like this makes it all worthwhile, you know. I mean, all the practice and dedication and time away from friends and family. Not to mention all the money I spent on lessons, workshops, and gear. Every time I hear a splattering of applause, I know it was all worthwhile. You ever think of yourself as actually dead, lying in a box with a lid on it? Well, no do I, really. It's silly to be depressed by it. I mean, you never know you in a box, would you? Be just like being asleep in a box. Not that I like to sleep in a box, mind you. Not without any air. You'd wake up dead for a start. Then what would you be? Apart from inside a box. That's the bit I don't like, frankly. That's why I don't think of it. Because you'd be helpless, wouldn't you? Stuffed in a box like that, you'd be in there forever. Even taking into account the fact that you're dead, it isn't a pleasant thought. Well, especially if you're dead. Think about it. If I asked you straight off, I'm going to stuff you in this box now, would you rather be alive or dead? Well, naturally, you prefer to be alive. Life in a box is better than no life at all. I expect. You'd have a chance at least. You could lie there thinking, well, at least I'm not dead. In a minute, someone's going to bang on the lid and tell me to come out. Hey, you. What's your name? Come out to there. I wouldn't think about it if I were you. You'd only get depressed. Some of you asked about the signature of my guitar. You know, I don't like to brag, but the truth is, I'm famous. Yeah, it's a little known fact most people don't know about me. Well, okay, maybe I'm not exactly famous, but I'm right under that radar. Any minute I'm going to get that call that's going to launch me to stardom. Well, just think, all you lucky folks have the privilege of seeing me in a close, intimate setting like this, because next year at this time, I'm sure to be playing stadiums. Which kind of brings me to the signature of my guitar. The truth is, even though I'm not famous, I personally know someone who's famous. Yeah, we're like that. She signed my guitar as a personal endorsement. It says, "Speak true, Melissa Etheridge." I don't like to brag, but it's true. I remember that day like it was yesterday. She was playing down at the Tacoma Dome, and Mel, well, that's what her close personal friends call her. Mel was having an autograph session before the show, and after standing in line all day, it was finally my turn to approach the table. So I offered my musical services to her. You know, anytime she needed a guitar or backup vocals, I would be there for her. So I gave her my name and my number and asked her to call me anytime. And I'm expecting that call any day now. Nobody's hanging himself, Willie. I ran down 11 flights with a pen in my hand today, and suddenly I stopped. You hear me? And in the middle of that office building, do you hear this? I stopped in the middle of that building and I saw the sky. I saw the things that I love in this world. The work, the food, and the time to sit and smoke. I looked at that pen and I said to myself, what the hell am I grabbing this for? Why am I trying to become what I don't want to be? What am I doing in an office making a contentious, begging fool out of myself? And all I want is out there. It's waiting for me the minute I say I know who I am. Why can't I say that, Willie? Sorry about that, folks. Where was I? Man, Mel. This next song is my personal tribute to my dear friend, Melissa Etheridge. Come to my window, come inside, wait by the light of the moon. Come to my window, I'll be coming home soon. Once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more, or close the wall up with your English dead. In peace, there's nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blasts of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger. Stiffen us in use, conjure up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard-favored rage. Then lend the eye a terrible aspect, let it pry through the portage of the head like the brass cannon, that the brow o'erwhelm it, as fearfully as doth a galled rock o'erhanging jutty his confounded face swelled with the wild and wasteful ocean. Now set the teeth, and stretch the nostril wide, hold hard the breath, and bend up every spear to his full height. On, you noblest English, whose blood is fed from fathers of war-proof, fathers that, like so many Alexanders, had in these parts for more until we even fought, and sheathed their swords for lack of argument. Dishonor not your mothers. Now attest that those whom you called fathers did beget you. Be copy now to men of grosser blood, and teach them how to war. And you, good yeoman whose limbs were made in England, show us here the medal of your pastor. Let us swear that you are worth your breeding, which I doubt not. For there is none of you so mean and base that hath not noble luster in your eyes. I see you stand like greyhounds in the slip, straining upon the start. The game's afoot. Follow your spirit, and upon this charge cry, God for Harry, England, and St. George! I possess a magical sixth sense that has helped me throughout my career. I am able to walk into any room, in any situation, and know who's important. Thanks, babe. Not only that, but I am able to remember a person's name after just one introduction. Hey, isn't that such and such over there at the table? Isn't he the head of so-and-so Productions? Sitting there with what's his name from what's that record label? Excuse me while I make my introductions. I'm schmoozing, smiling, shaking hands, and I'm boozing, schmoozing. Certainly my conscience will serve me to run from this Jew, my master. For the fiend is at my elbow, and he tempts me, saying to me, Gabo, Lancelot Gabo, good Lancelot, or good Gabo, or good Lancelot Gabo. Use your legs, take the start, run away. My conscience says no. No, take heed, honest Lancelot. Take heed, honest Gabo. Or, as aforesaid, honest Lancelot Gabo, do not run. Scorn running with your heels. Well, the fiend. Well, my conscience saying to me, "Thanks a lot, budge not." Budge says the fiend, budge not says my conscience. Conscience say how you counsel well. Fiend say how you counsel well. To be ruled by my conscience, I should stay with the Jew. My master, God bless the mark, is a kind of devil. And to be ruled by the fiend, I should stay with the Jew. My master, God bless the mark, is the devil himself. Certainly my conscience is, but a kind of hard conscience to offer to counsel me to stay with the Jew. The fiend. The fiend gives the more friendly counsel. I will run, fiend. My heels are at your command. I will run. We live in an uncertain world. I'm not talking about war, terrorism, or gang violence. I refer to public safety. You could be walking along, minding your own business, and pow! You slip and you fall. Your life could be changed forever. Hey, isn't that such and such? I was walking outside of City Hall and I slipped and had a terrible fall. It was negligence and the part I don't care. I felt so hard, I was seeing stars, those dollar signs and men from Mars. Man who helped me up said I'd sue. He was a lawyer. He was all out of breath. Once I had an accident. It was not too bad, just a little dent. This new Mercedes hit me from the rear. A man got out in a three-piece suit and he asked $1,000 to do. I said, well, let me think for a minute here. Gonna talk to my lawyer. She had a lawyer. One of the best damn lawyers in the country. Oh, he was the complete package. He's some hot shot from L.A. with his slick back hair, Armani suit, and his red Maserati convertible. Her daddy paid for his services. When's he gonna get a job, he used to say. Hasn't he grown out of this stupid music thing yet? She got everything. The house, the car, the kids, 2 cats, and my stupid fucking stamp collection. They live in L.A. now. He handles all the high Hollywood profile divorce cases, and she goes to all the prestigious parties. You know, we're much better off without her. I mean, after all, we got each other, and that's all that counts. I mean, I'm still kind of young and not bad looking. Someday I'll find someone else to settle down with. Thanks, babe. So how are you? You know, I've noticed you've been kind of checking me out all night long. It's perfectly natural, you know. I mean, man, if you're a woman, what that means. Well, I just happen to have a special song that I say for special moments like this. I really do appreciate the fact you're sitting here. Your voice, it sounds so wonderful, but your face don't look too clear. Someone may bring a pitcher, another round of brew. Honey, why don't we get drunk and screw? Why don't we get drunk and screw? I just bought a water bed, fill it up for me and you. buckets through. All Russia is our orchard. It's a great and beautiful land, and there are many wonderful places in it. Just think, Anya, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, all your ancestors were serf owners, possessors of living souls. Don't you see that from every cherry tree, from every leaf and trunk, human beings are peering out at you? Don't you hear their voices to possess living souls? That has corrupted all of you, those who lived before and you who are living now, so that your mother, you, your uncle, can no longer perceive that you are living in debt at someone else's expense, at the expense of those whom you wouldn't allow to cross your threshold. We are at least 200 years behind the times. We have as yet absolutely nothing. We only philosophize, complain of boredom, or drink vodka. Yet it's quite clear that in order to live, first we must atone for the past. Be done with it. And we can atone for it only by suffering, only by extraordinary unceasing labor. Understand this, Anya. This last song is about something I have a lot of experience with. Road rage. Now, I normally don't condone the use of violence to settle personal disputes. However, sometimes it may be necessary to take the law into your own hands. Every morning I commute, a mild-mannered man in a business suit. I want to get home, it's the end of my day, but there's all these other calls in the way. I pull up behind one, I pull on my pistol, and I blow them away. I'm driving my car, I want to go fast, but there's a slow car that won't let me pass. I flash my lights, I lock my home. I have to consider more. I pull up behind him, I pull on my pistol, and I blow him away. Thank you, everyone. You've been a wonderful audience tonight. Don't forget to sign up for my mailing list if you haven't already. Oh, and I still have a couple of CDs left. Only $7.99 a piece. Don't forget to tip your friendly bartender on the way out. Drive safely, everyone.